In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down basketball plays that can be ran at the 10-year-old range in that middle school or beginner middle school level of basketball. Some of these may be too difficult for younger kids, while others may be very simple. So let's get down, let's check these out. Really quickly, if you want a fantastic offense for your team, one of the easiest is the 5-out offense, and you can go get my complete guide to the 5-out offense that is down in the description below. And if you're wondering about what app we are using in this video, it's down there as well. You can get a 10% off link, and basically it's a clipboard app. It's called Playbook. Okay, so in this first play, we're going up against man-to-man defense because generally speaking, unless you're in a higher level league, you are playing man-to-man. You're not allowed to play zones. So at this age. So we're going to start with player 2 setting that screen on player 1. When player 2 sets that screen, player 1 is going to use that screen. After he uses that screen, player 2 will roll towards the basket, and what we are essentially hoping for is for there to be a switch. If there's a switch, player 2 can get that pass right away for the easy layup. Now you can run this as a 5-out, where now if that doesn't happen, if that pass cannot happen, let's say they covered it extremely well, we will then have player 3 and 5 fill the point and the wing, and player 2 will then go down towards that low corner. All these players will then shift. At this time, we will then have player 1 pass to either player 3 or pass to player 4. If he passes to player 4, he's going to set a screen for player 4. This is a very simple 5-out pass and screen basketball offense. Player 4 will use that screen, and now if they switch, again, we'll have player 1 potentially open for that layup. If they've switched in, of course, now there's that mismatch, you could potentially have player 1 get that ball back, and instead of having a screen for player 4, instead of that, we will have player 4 screen away. Now, what we are doing here is we are teaching our players to now use off-ball screens, set off-ball screens, especially when there's a mismatch, because now while player 4, clears out, player 1 could take player 4 to the basket. If there's nobody on this side, this gives the opportunity for player 1 to drive on player 4. If it's a mismatch, there should be a speed difference, in which case we can get to the basket and potentially score some easy layups. However, if that's not the case and he doesn't take his man, player 3 will then either attack the basket using the screen or pop for the 3, depending on what his defender does. So if player 3 cuts to the rim, most likely, player 3 will be the one who goes over top of the screen. You have to read what your defender is doing. So if your man is trying to follow you over the screen, you need to cut in, because now he's going to be stuck behind you. This can be an easy pass to player 3 for the layup. Now, if his man goes underneath the screen and cheats, he should be popping for that 3-point shot. And yes, I believe that everyone who's 10 years old, if you are playing at the AAU or rep level in Canada, should be able to at least hit the rim from 3 if you're 10 years old. If he goes over top of the screen and goes to the 3-point line, player 4 should then be rolling to the basket, and this could be a pass to player 4. If instead he cuts to the rim instead, because let's say his man went over top of the screen, at this time, if he's covered, player 4 should be the one popping. Player 5 then fills. Player 2 fills out. And player 3 fills out. Now all the players are like this. And we can continue to run this play around. However, if we're playing up against any kind of dedicated type of defense where it's really, really strong, where they sometimes drop off a second player if the ball goes to the corner, you need to reverse that ball around this imaginary midline as much as you can. Another fantastic play is pin down, or at least a play called pin down, or a play you can call pin down, or whatever, it doesn't matter. This is basically pin down screens. And in this play, what we're looking to do is having the double pin down, where now player 5 and 4 pop up to the wings. What we are trying to do here is to get a little bit of a mismatch. If there is a mismatch, then we go to work. And what I mean by that is, let's say there is a mismatch. Player 1 passes to player 4. Well, everyone clears out into their 5-out, as what we would hope. Player 2 would have rolled towards the basket, and same as player 3, but they are cleared out now. If there's this mismatch, player 4 needs to go to work. He can post up his man, or he can beat his man off the dribble if he's fast enough. But this would be generally a taller player versus a smaller player, because it's a 4-2 or 4-on-2. 4 is power forward, 2 is shooting guard. If there's nothing there, and let's say we just switched off to players who were the same size, then to continue this play, we would have player 4 either pass to the top or pass to the corner. Or he can call pin down again. And all pin down is for me, even though some of these screens may not be pin down screens, is the players who are next to the ball screen away. So in this case, player 2 will set a screen away for player 3, and player 1 will set a screen on player 5. This will now open up opportunities for player 3 or player 5. Now, we have to really pay attention to this part, because now player 4, if he passes to player 3, could be a layup, or if they switch, now player 2 needs to be able to read this so that now player 2, because he set that screen and now they called switch, he's in perfect position to just post up, get that pass, and get that layup. So again, if the ball is up top, pin down is these guys setting pin down screens. If the ball is out on the wing, this guy sets a screen away on player 3, player 5 sets a screen for player 4. If the ball's in the corner, that's even better, because now player 2 sets a screen for 1, 4 sets a screen for 3. This is really nice because, of course, in this case, when we set these screens away, player 3 could be open in the post and player 1 could be open in the wing. That's essentially all this play does. I was just giving you mere options after the original pin down. Now, if you were to run up against a zone, most likely the team will be running a 2-3 because it is the most widely used zone. The issue with zone defenses when we teach them to kids, if we don't teach them properly, is the fact that now we will have them only standing in these zones that we initially tell them to, which means that they are very stagnated and they do not go outside of the 3-point line. They will usually not close the top, which gives open 3-point shots to teams like mine who can shoot threes like there's no tomorrow, or they'll close the top, which then leads to my next play. And that is, we can call zone, we can call 13, we can call whatever you'd like. You pass to one side, it doesn't matter which, and the 2 post players will go to the low and high post on that side. When this happens, we want to move that ball really quick, because what will happen is now we will have players who in the zones that do not move very quickly. So we can get these passes into the high post, which can go high to low if we can pass fast enough for layups. We can also have, if the ball is up top, when we pass it, player 5 goes top, player 4 goes bottom. Now, we've got multiple players who could be open. This could be an open 3. We can swing it back around. Now players have to scramble to try and get back to where they were. Now, while they're scrambling, especially players 2 and 4 who would be closing out on player 3, we would have 4 and 5 switching sides of the key. We can have a quick pass to the low post. Player 5 cuts, pass to player 5 for the layup. There's so many different options in this, and you really don't have players moving around all that much. This is the easiest way to beat a zone, and you will do it every single time as long as you pass fast enough. You don't need a dribble against a zone to beat it. But if you were to be going up against the unbeatable defense that I have down in the description below, I bid you good luck, because that is a very hard zone to beat. It doubles the low post and traps the corners, and it keeps pressure on you the entire time. So definitely go check that out if you're a younger team too. But if you're looking for a very simple offense, make sure to go check out the complete guide to the 5-out offense down below. And if you want this app, the link is down there too. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.